Oh, I'm back. I'm going to put my shoes on. I got 20 minutes or so before I have to put them on. I might as well be ready. Right? Better to be ready than not to be. Oh, there's one on. And there's two. I wonder where that light's drinking. I don't know. I don't know. It don't matter. And that's all that matters. And while I'm at it, might as well go in and put all my stuff in my cooler. One. A two. A three. Crunch. I remember that old commercial. The Great Owl. Who knew how many licks it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? One, two, three. Crunch. That stuff was so funny. I remember watching it being like, wow, old dude just took boy's sucker and just 3 licks and ate it. I don't know if an owl could eat a lollipop like that. Maybe he could. But, I mean, I don't know. You know, their beaks are strong, but I wouldn't think it'd be strong enough to, like, crunch through a Tootsie Pop. And, like, that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they could. I don't know. Because I don't see them, like, crunching through bones, though. I don't know. Maybe. Not a question for me. That's a question for Google. Google always listening. Well, I say always listening. Hey, Toy Chica. Yeah, I say Google's always listening, but they're listening. Google is always listening for keywords. Like, if you say, you know, Google, for example, or Bixby or Gemini or whatever you use, they're listening for those keywords. They're not listening to your whole conversation. Like, when you see things pop up and you're like, bro, we was just talking about that. It's probably popped up because you were Googling it or looking it up on Facebook Marketplace, or, you know, tweeting about it, you know, posting something about it. And you could be like, yeah, no, I ain't never, like, said anything about it. I ain't never searched it or anything like that. But if you have TikTok or Facebook or anything where you can watch reels, and you, like, let's say you're looking at a grill. You sit there and look at this grill for, I don't know, 20 minutes. Your phone's gonna be like, huh, this guy might want a grill, and be like, grills everywhere. Grill, 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 grill. And you're like, how did it know what I wanted to look for? Well, that's why. Because you stayed on one video for 20 minutes and was like, oh yeah, I want a grill. I kind of look like an albino black person. I don't know how that's possible, but okay. Keep talking. Got my attention. Do I get the pass? This is the question. Hey, Bobby. There's a bunch of, like, conspiracies about that kind of stuff. Like, people think that, hang on, That was the main one I had. How are you? I'm good. Well, if I tell you I'm a certified redneck country boy, I'm not lying, I tell you. Well, I couldn't prove you wrong, so, okay. Trump USA. Ooh, ooh, Trump USA. Trump, ooh, ooh. I don't care who you voted for, honestly. You could be Trump, Biden, I don't know. Whatever that woman's name was. The crazy woman who said Jesus didn't belong in a political party. How are you? I'm great. Charlie Kirk. Well, my opinions on Charlie Kirk should not matter because I didn't watch any of his stuff. But do I think someone should be shot for their beliefs? No. That is a big no for me. I think it's completely unfair. He did not deserve it. And no American should be shot because of what they believe in. Demons, Clinton, Yeehaw, brother. Greetings, salutations. Christ is king, but he's not God. That's how I believe it. And my belief is that Jesus and God were two separate deities. Jesus was the Son of God, yes, but he was not God. Just like the Holy Ghost, that is not God. They're three different beings. But that's my belief of it, not your belief of it. You know, you might believe all three are the same person. And that's you. But I believe in things the way I want to believe. You believe in things the way you want to believe. That's the reason we were given freedom of religion. You're allowed to worship what you want to worship. I met Charlie Kirk. Good man. He would have 100% been president. Well, I don't know if he would have wanted to be president. Maybe he would have. But, you know, he may have more or less wanted to be a debater. Like, he probably would have gone from university to university for the rest of his life until he retired. That could have been 100% of what he did. I don't know about that. Hi, I'm new to YouTube. Well, welcome to YouTube. I am the worst person to be looking at on YouTube because I have I have basically no following, and you know, I'm not a big YouTuber. If you want to know what YouTube's really about, go watch a bigger YouTuber. Like, yeah, it's cool that you're checking me out, but I am not the YouTuber you should come to be like, oh yeah, this is what YouTube's about. No. My channel is unpaid, so I don't have all the good stuff that people are looking for. And, you know, there could be a lot more done to my stream to make it better so that you guys are entertained and would want to watch. But I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. But I'm not the YouTuber you should watch if you want entertainment. I'm just here to chat with you guys. Like, I'm just communicating with you guys. This is how I do my channel. I get on here and I do community stuff. That's my channel. When Trump won the election, I broke down and cried. Tears of joy. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have cared either way. Whoever won. As long as I was able to keep going and working my job and paying my bills, I'd been fine. Now, you make it so that I can't pay my bills and take care of my kid, it'd be different. I mean, it is kind of obscene since how he had just spoke up about it and then like 2 weeks later was shot. When you get off, look at Queso music vid. I'll check it out. Me and my sister went out for steak dinner and beers, and that's not how that works, kid. Not okay. Agreed. Not okay. But yeah, my channel is getting there, you know. We're not. The only thing I'm lacking is public watch time. And that would get me to memberships and super chats and stuff like that. And we're not far off. We're over 1,000 hours. We got to get a little under a little over 1,000 more hours, and we would have all of that. Our true president of Brazil. Who's that? I like you. You're cool. Hey, I appreciate it. You're cool too. If it weren't for Trump, we wouldn't even have air or food. That's not true. My man, Civic leaks oil. So, even if we didn't have Trump, it didn't matter who the president was. You can't just take away like rights. Like you have to pass them, and if the country don't like them, the country's going to speak up, and you're liable to either start a rebellion or something like that. So like when you're playing the president or whatever, and you're not being careful, like you're walking on a thin line, buddy. So like Trump saying that taxes are going to be like gone away. I don't know when that's going to start happening. I haven't seen it yet. If it even does happen, I think it was now it could have been something that was passed, but to be honest with you, it could have been a fake bill that had nothing to do with taxes. That was just, oh hey, this gets rid of taxes, and had a whole bunch of other stuff that he could have signed off on to just get everybody's signature on. But the main thing people were looking at was no more taxes. But because we're not physically there to read the bill, we can't tell each other like, oh hey, this has got some bad stuff in it. We don't need to sign off on this. But you know, there's that. Ron Daniels said, yo, I'm back. Said hi. What's up, brother? My question is, why wasn't Obama at the White House when 9/11 happened? Huh? What are you talking about? When do you think 9/11 happened? Nine 11 happened September 11th, 2001. Obama was president from 2009 to 2012. Something like that. He got 2 terms, I know that. But yeah, he wasn't in office. He wasn't a president. It wasn't Obama. It was Bush. That crazy old guy. Obama's the one that was like, oh hey, we found bin Laden. Get him. I'm surprised Trump hadn't gotten a Nobel Peace Prize yet. How many wars has he stopped since he's been in office? I think Biden got a Nobel Peace Prize, and when he was president, multiple wars started. I don't know. What makes people get Nobel Peace Prizes is, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. I feel like as a country, we're walking a very thin line. And because the whole world's watching us, we have to do the best. Like, there's a standard when it comes to being in the world. And the entire world looks up to us because we're the most on social media. We're the most, out there. So, I don't know. It's, I don't know, it's weird. The world's a weird place. I don't think he did, honestly. Biden, definitely. Obama, not really. People were unhappy that he was there, but you know, I don't think he divided the country. But it is what it is. You know, we're all God's children in the end of the day. Hey, hey, we could have had worse presidents. Just saying. We could have got Kamala Harris. That was the woman's name I was trying to think of earlier. If we had gotten Kamala Harris as president, I don't think we would have been doing too hot. Shoot, if we had got Hillary Clinton as president, I don't think we'd be doing too hot. Because of what they talked about and what they believed in, like, Hillary Clinton was trying to get rid of guns. Like, no. That is our Second Amendment right. How are you going to just, oh, no more guns? No. No. That is the most wrong thing to do. Take a country's guns away who's had guns for centuries now. Like, our country's like a little over 300 years old and you're trying to take our guns away? No. That's not how that works. And then, what's her name? Old girl who was like going against Trump was like, yeah, if you believe in Jesus, you don't need to be at this protest. First of all, 90% of U.S. citizens believe in an ultimate deity. By that I mean a God. And you're talking about, oh, if you don't believe in God, then you don't belong here at this rally. And it's just like, well, now you've sealed the deal. You're definitely not becoming president. And then she's looking dumbfounded when her votes were slim to none. I think 90% of her votes were like people who knew her directly or the state she came from. And then like Trump blew her out the water and she's looking dumbfounded like, oh, what? What? How? You said Trump, or you said that Jesus didn't belong at a rally. You basically said you didn't believe in a deity. And that deity shouldn't be allowed. I don't know how you could say that, but I'm going to hide your comment because I don't like it. You can't even spell right. I hope you're not a sellout who actually likes those baboons. I like I like who I like, okay? Not you, the other guy. I hit his comment. He wouldn't be able to see it. I like who I like. If I thought an African American president was going to be better for office than a white man, then I would 100% vote for the African American. But has that happened yet? No, it has not. And when it does, I'll vote for him. But until then, he doesn't have my vote. But, you know, someday maybe there will. Do you like America? As an entire two-continent, yeah, I like all of the Americas. North America, South America, Central America. Love them. It's where I'm from. Now, do I like the United States? Meh. As a country, we could be 100% better. It is what it is, though. There's only one America, and that's the USA, boy. No, that's not true. The entirety of the two continents of which we live on, South America and North America, those are America. We live in the United States. Above us is Canada. That's on North America. Guess what else is on North America? Mexico. Guess what's in Central America? Guess what? Mexico again. All in them countries in Central America. In America. Brazil. That's South America. Like, it's all America. We live in the USA. Yeah, the United States of America. Not just America. We're not America. We're the United States. They're two different continents because it's so big, but it's all America. We're the Western Hemisphere of America. Hawaii isn't even America. It's just a colonized state of the United States. It's actually more or less a Pacific island. But we call it America because, you know, whatever. No, Hawaii is only American because it has been colonized by Americans. It is a Pacific island, along with all the other Pacific islands. There's so many islands out there that are colonized, like Puerto Rico. That is a Atlantic island. Same with Cuba, Atlantic island. Puerto Rico's been colonized, therefore it's a U.S. territory. Technically a state, but isn't counted as one. But anyway, before I create any more hate, I'm gonna get off here. I gotta go to work. But if you enjoyed my video, if you enjoyed my stream, talking to me, BSing with me, give it a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Peace.